Boy, it's been a rough start for the Lakers. They have one of the worst records in the league, and it just doesn't seem like things will be picking up for them anytime soon. It's clear that changes are required, but that begs the question, which players should the Lakers trade? So in this video, we're going to be covering the possible trade options that the Lakers currently have. Let's get right into it. First up, should the Lakers trade Anthony Davis? We know this sounds shocking because he's one half of the Lakers duo and basically the only other guy besides LeBron that can average 20 points a game, but he's been a shell of himself in the past few seasons. Minus his first year with LA, Davis has really been underwhelming as he's suffered from various injuries that stopped him from getting into a rhythm. In fact, since the 2021 season till the 9 games he's played this season, AD's averages have been pretty bad. Don't believe us? Well, since 2021, Anthony's only averaging 22.7 points per game, along with 9.3 rebounds and 1.9 blocks. Those are the types of stats he was putting up in his first 2 years in the league. If you compare AD from his Pelicans run to the current person we've been seeing for 2 years, you'll think it's two completely different people. Up next, why else should the Lakers trade Davis? One of the biggest issues with Anthony is that he's very injury prone, so he keeps missing a lot of games during the season, and that just makes it way harder for the Lakers to gain momentum. Not to mention his contract is massive, as the Lakers are paying him $37 million this year, followed by $40 million and $43 million in the following seasons. That's a ton of money for a guy who's not winning you any games. Even though AD's been struggling, he would still have a lot of value on the trade market because he's a big name and he's still pretty young. At the age of just 29, there's a chance Anthony can revive his career soon, but the Lakers are in a win-now mode because of LeBron's age, so they should hope to trade Davis for someone who can help the team be successful as soon as possible, or else they'll have to deal with the guilt of wasting King James' last few years in the league. Moving on, let's look at why the Lakers shouldn't trade AD. While trading AD would have its merits, there are also some convincing arguments in favor of keeping the big man on the team. Sure, the Lakers want to win a championship right now for LeBron, but he's going to be out of the league soon. As we told you earlier, Anthony's only 29, and that means he can be the face of the franchise for many years to come once James retires. What's more, Davis hasn't been too bad in the 9 games he's played in the 2023 season. In fact, his numbers are looking pretty solid. He's averaging 23.2 points per game, along with 10.3 rebounds and 2 blocks. But what really stands out is his efficiency from the field. Even though his three-point shooting has been pretty bad, he's converting on 53.8% of all his shots. That's a career high for the big fella. Davis is a terrific player once he gets going, and we saw how great he was in the 2020 season. So it's not as if the Lakers have to trade him right now, but instead, they could look to trade others in an attempt to surround AD with better role players. Coming up, who can the Lakers get in return for the 8-time All-Star? Even though Davis hasn't been too great the past few seasons, lots of teams will still be eager to have him on the squad. One of the possible trade packages involves the Nets. The Lakers could send AD over to Brooklyn in exchange for Kyrie, Joe Harris, and an unprotected 2029 first-round pick. This would give the Lakers a super talented point guard who can run the offense. Plus, it would give us a LeBron and Kyrie reunion. As for Joe, he's a sharpshooter who would benefit from playing with the Lakers, as LeBron creates lots of catch-and-shoot 3 opportunities. With Davis on their squad, the Nets would finally have a legitimate big man who could protect the paint and get rebounds, making things easier for KD. Another trade package involves the Bulls, and it sees Chicago sending over Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, and a 2023 first-round pick in exchange for AD. Though we don't think the Bulls will want to give up one of their best players for someone as injury-prone as Davis. But if the trade does go through, and all goes well, both teams would benefit from it. The last trade package we're going to talk about sees the Knicks sending over RJ Barrett, Mitchell Robinson, and Obi Toppin, along with 2023 first-round picks, in exchange for the 29-year-old. This trade would give the Lakers a ton of talented young guys, while giving the Knicks a star, though we don't see the Lakers winning anything even after this trade. Finally, who else should the Lakers look to trade? Even though Westbrook's been playing well after being moved to the bench, it would be a smart move to trade him because he's just not the same athlete he once was. Besides Russ, the Lakers should also look to trade away guys like Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn in exchange for some other players who would fit on the squad better. Now, we're going to say something that Lakers fans won't like, but what about trading LeBron? Sounds crazy, right? But let's be real. James, AD, and Westbrook have all been terrible, and trading LeBron would give the Lakers the most because He's LeBron James. Sure, he's only getting older, but we're sure every team in the league would be eager to have LeBron on their team because he's a guaranteed moneymaker. Now, let's look at what the Lakers' shortcomings have been this season. Starting off, what exactly is wrong with the Lakers? Following their humiliating defeat to the Jazz, the Lakers head coach Darvin Ham explained the situation well. According to Ham, the team needed to rebound better, defend better, and communicate better. After 10 games, the Lakers are 14th in rebounding, as they are averaging 41.5 rebounds out of a possible 77.3 rebound chances. But that's still not as bad as their offense has been this year, as they're currently the worst in offense in the NBA with a rating of 103.5, which is just terrible. A big reason for their offensive struggles has been their terrible three-point shooting, as they have the worst three-point percentage in the league, making only 29.1% of their shots from beyond the arc. And of course, their defense has only gotten worse as they started the season as a top 3 unit, but now they find themselves in 12th place with a defensive rating of 110.8. What's more, their minus 7.2 net ratings incredibly concerning, because if it's projected through 82 games, it would land the Lakers somewhere between last year's Detroit Pistons, who only won 23 games, and the Sacramento Kings, who only had 30 wins. Following that, let's look at why the front office is to blame. Darvin Ham also pointed out how the team just isn't in a position to go and start spending money left and right and center in the hopes of building an amazing team, because a massive chunk of their budget is going towards James, Davis, and Russ. The Lakers front office is paying max contracts to the 3 players who haven't been able to mesh well together, and it's only been hurting the team as a whole. Sure, LeBron and AD complement each other well, but Westbrook ruined what they had going. If the front office was smarter with how they spent their money, they may have been able to target better players to play alongside James and Anthony. Plus, even if the Lakers miss the playoffs with a terrible record, there's no silver lining, because the front office traded away their 2023 pick when they acquired Davis, meaning that drafting Victor Wembanyama's out of the question entirely. Moving on, what about injuries? Thomas Bryant and Dennis Schroeder are really solid players, but they haven't been able to play a single game for the Lakers because of injuries. There's no doubt in our minds that once both of them are healthy, the team will be much better as well. Dennis can be the starting point guard and run the offense, making things easier for Bron, while Bryant can provide a valuable boost off the bench, along with Westbrook. Finally, has AD had enough? In the past, Davis was always optimistic about the Lakers' struggles, but now he's been pretty open about his disappointment with how the roster has changed around him since 2020. He clearly misses having JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard by his side, because it meant he was a roamer who could guard the forward and also help take everyone. But according to AD, it's tough for him to do all that while guarding the 5. Though there are 72 games left in the season, and hopefully for Lakers fans, AD and the Lakers can pick things up soon. That's a wrap for this video. Do you guys think Davis should be traded? Let us know in the comments below. As always, remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.